Hi, I'm doing the annual maintenance on my Vespa PX today. This is already part number 2. Check out also the other parts. Now I will check the front wheel brake. The securing ring is small and tends to get lost. To prevent this, I just put it in a zip bag. The brake pads are measured good for at least one season more. I will order new pads and install them on the next due service. I also want to take a look at the front shock absorber and the spring. Alright, no leakage, no damage. I will tighten the nuts with 25 Newton meters of torque in 2 steps. Now I need to change the brake fluid of the front brake. I already opened the reservoir at the top and will now pump the old DOT4 liquid out of the bleeding valve. I do do this by pushing the brake lever, opening the bleeding valve, closing the bleeding valve, releasing the brake lever, and so on. Every cycle pumps only a small amount of liquid through the system, so I need to repeat this several times to flush the whole system. After a few cycles I need to fill up the reservoir. This is to avoid that the reservoir level drops too low, which could suck air into the system, and the brake system needs to be free from any air bubbles. Now the brake system is filled with fresh DOT4 liquid. This ensures a good braking function and also protects the braking system parts from corroding. I will now close the lid of the brake fluid reservoir. So the brake system is again sealed and should work fine. By the way, I have exchanged the corroding OEM screws here with stainless screws. I often check if the level is okay, just to make sure that I can brake if I need to. I will disconnect the hose from the bleeding valve and make sure that I wipe off any drops of braking fluid. The cap of the bleeding valve needs to be cleaned, as some dirt has built up here. Finally, I can put on the cap. I have used this pump to initially lower the level of the brake fluid reservoir. It's a useful tool, like my open-ended ring wrench set. I will put a link in the description. That's the amount of brake liquid I have pumped through the system. It's not much, but it takes a lot of time to do it. Now I want to take a look on the rear shock absorber and spring. I don't see any leaks or cracked windings of the spring. Very satisfying. To have a closer look, I will clean the shock absorber area. It also makes a good appearance, as this shows that maintenance was going on. This area also needs to be cleaned up, as it is visible and needs to be inspected for leakage. But I don't see any leakage here. That's good. So the engine sealing still works fine. It's not visible, but I used the green quality seal for the engine halves to avoid any leakage trouble after the engine service in 2018. As the last step of this maintenance video, I check if the steering can be moved freely and without any stops or rattling. This is important for my driving safety, as the steering can come out of control if it is not properly working. If you are not already a valued subscriber, you now have the chance to become one. Check out my product links in the description to support the channel. Here you also find the useful tools I have used. There are still some maintenance steps to go, so prepare for a third part of the Vespa PX maintenance videos. I wish you a good time until the next video. Stay tuned. Bye bye.